Well, hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to a new episode of Creative Soul Sunday, where your creativity meets self care and wellness. The place to be really on a Sunday because we are going to be taking time to take care of ourselves. So come on in, come on in, come on in, come on into the room. Welcome. It is always so exciting to have you here. I'm always thrilled to do these sessions with you, and as I'm talking, you're actually going to be taking time to be doing the self care. It's just going to be an amazing time. So, before we get started, here's what we like to do. Those who are OGs, you already know. Get you a yummy beverage of your choice. We love to stay hydrated as we do this. And then get you into a cozy little corner where you're not going to be disturbed by anybody for the next little bit. Get you your journal because we love to introspect, and we have journal prompts that we work with just to help you to come back to yourself and give a little TLC to you. Set the vibe however you love to have it for these self-care sessions. If you want to burn a little candle, if you want to diffuse some essential oil, burn some incense, I don't know, whatever you do to get you into that zone where you're feeling cozy, comfy, and just ready to go deep within yourself for some nourishing time with you, you do just that. Yeah? And let's get started. By the way, I feel really good in pink today. I'm not really a pink kind of girl, but from time to time, I just feel like, a little pink wouldn't hurt. And that's how I felt today. And so I'm feeling a little bit like, you know, maybe I'm like my inner child came out to play or something. And hey, we're rolling with it. We're rolling with it. We're rolling with it. So let's get started on our topic for today. Today, we're talking about rest, how rest is so revolutionary and very essential for not just your creativity, but for your life in general. Now, I know you know that rest is important. So, why do we have to talk about it? Because you are horrible at it. You are so horrible at resting. You have to be reminded that you need to rest. We live in a time where resting makes people feel guilty. If people rest, they feel like they're wasting time. They feel like they're going to be behind because they took time to rest. That's the time we're living in. Isn't it crazy? And yet, rest is so important for us, not just because it feels good, but for our health. You know, our bodies really need rest. But we've been fighting with our minds so much because a lot is just on the go, 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 go. Things are happening so fast. A lot of us who live in big cities, it's like it's always on. Something is always going on. You have to be here, you have to be there. And sometimes you feel like you want to split yourself into five different people so you can attend all the events that you're invited to. It is crazy, right? And because we've just been going and going and going and going and going, a lot of us are really exhausted. But here's the thing, you don't have to wait to be exhausted to actually rest. It's not really good for you to push your body to the point where it has to demand rest from you. Because once the body starts demanding rest from you, then you're starting to get into trouble a little bit. So, how do we just like build in rest into our routine? Especially here on this platform where we talk about self-care, that's something that we really need to embrace as part of like our weekly self-care. Are you well rested? So that's what we're going to be discussing today. And the first general prompt that I'm giving you today for that is do a little inventory. That's the first one. How are you with rest? How are you with rest? Are you exhausted right now? Are you burnt out right now? Where are you? Are you well rested? If you are, yes, keep it up. If you're not, remember when we do these journal prompts, what do? We leave self judgment out the door because you can't grow and expand and learn while you are berating yourself at the same time. It doesn't work. Yeah. So, compassion as we go through this exercise, right? All right. So, where are you with your rest? How exhausted are you? how well do you rest? Do you have a rest practice, built into your system, into your daily life? Do you have that or not? Just do a little inventory. Just check where you are. This is great because then you know your starting point, right? And as we do this exercise and as we talk about this topic further, you know where you stand and what you want to build on as a result of that. Yeah. So most of you are very much aware of how our nervous system works, right? So we have the sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight, flight, or freeze nervous system. And we also have our parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest, digest, and restore system, right? And we're going to use, just the good old extreme example just for emphasis to explain what we're talking about in case you're not aware of that. But you guys, I'm pretty sure you know, right? So we can use the example of like when we lived back in the day, I suppose before we had housing and all of that, and we were living out in the wild, and maybe you were getting chased by a lion, right? Those times. In that scenario, what would happen is that once you sense that danger in your environment, your body would respond very quickly by giving you stress hormones to deal with the situation. So your adrenaline goes up, stress hormones come on the scene, cortisol and all these other hormones to give you this boost in energy to either flee or to fight or to freeze, because freezing sometimes can also be something you can do to get away from danger, right? And then once that situation or scenario had subsided or gone away, then your body would come back to normal. But what happens in that time is important to understand that when the sympathetic nervous system is on, it takes so much from your system that other processes in the body, they have to either be shut down or slowed down so that resources are given to your stress response system. That's just generally how the body is working. So fast forward to today. In the modern day, stresses are continuous, right? So you'll find that human beings are activating their sympathetic nervous system and not shutting it off because those stresses and the overwhelm and all of that is continuous. Like if you are at a stressful job, you are likely stressed every single day you're at work. If you're having a stressful situation happening at home with family or in your relationship with your spouse or lover or whatever, you might find that you're experiencing that continuously, right? So there never really is like an end to certain things. It's just like it's there all the time in the background, always going on. And that is problematic because that means that your stress response system is always on. And like we talked about, when it's on, it means that other systems in your body are not working optimally. They're suppressed or they've been shut down to give preference to dealing with the stresses that you are experiencing. Let's do the second general prompt, which is to check and see what problems have I been entertaining or experiencing? What overwhelms have been happening in my life? What situations have been causing me stress? And very important to take note, for how long has this been stressing me out? And how often do I think about this? How often does this come to my mind? This is very important because as we self-care and as we heal, we want to know where the issues are. Because sometimes we're unaware, especially if things have been going on for a long time, they just become part of the norm. And then we don't realize how much of our energy goes to those things. So just take a moment to check in with yourself. And as you journal, guilt might creep in like, man, I'm still having this problem or I still haven't solved this. Don't let that consume you right now. Stay in that compassionate state and just observe so that you can really see what's going on. It's very important to do that. Yeah? All right. So, what can we do? Because if we want to be more creative or to be better in our lives in some shape or form, have greater ideas coming in, we really do need to make sure that we're incorporating rest. Because when we don't do that, like you already know, what good comes out from being too stressed out, right? Chaos and mayhem, right? We don't really access good thoughts and good ideas from there. So as we switch off this one nervous system that keeps us in high alert and we access our rest and our restore, we want to do that by activities that help us to come back to ourselves, to calm down. And here, there's going to be a whole array of activities that you can engage with. And most of us, we are doing some of them, but they're still kind of like not really serving us so well. And we wonder, like, I feel like I rested, but I'm still exhausted. And how is this possible? Right? Maybe because we're not really resting when we think we're resting, right? Maybe we just move our mind from this stressful thing and maybe to something that is just distracting us. But it's not rest either. And I don't want you to judge yourself, right? If you're just distracting yourself, maybe that's like step one towards resting. But I do want you to go further and to go deeper into actual rest. This is where we want to access things like silence and stillness. Because when we access silence and stillness, it's like stepping away from the noise of life and it allows you to hear differently. It allows for things to calm down. It allows for space to be created between the problem and you so that a solution can come in. It allows for healing to occur. And one thing that you can do is to access nature. This can be one quick way to feel rested, to go out in nature somehow and connect. Something that helps you to just have this injection of silence, of stillness, because it creates so much more room for newness in thoughts and ideas to come in. And also to just get off the subject that is stressing you out. I don't know if you guys listen to Abraham Hicks. I love listening to Abraham Hicks. And Abraham Hicks always says, get off the subject. If you're stressed about something, get off the subject. Why? Because what you look at, energy flows there, momentum is created. Now the problem just feels compounded because you keep looking at it, right? Keep hammering your head, hitting your head against the same thing. Allow yourself time to step away from the thing that is overwhelming you, that is stressing you, as part of caring for yourself and as part of allowing solutions to come in. When you do that, then energy can move or rearrange itself somehow, then you can access solutions. Have you ever found that like you've been thinking about how to solve this thing over and over and over and over again, and then eventually you give up, like, whatever, right? Then you go off and you do something else that is not even related to this thing. And then suddenly you get an idea. Oh my God, this is how I can do that. Then you come back to it, boom, you have a solution, right? Same thing. You want to allow yourself this opening so that energy can move in and bring you solutions from the unknown, from accessing a different part of yourself that you don't access when you're stressed out and stressing over something. Yeah? So, with that said, final journal prompt. With everything that I have noted above, where am I really needing to access rest? Okay? Maybe you're the type of person who's been thinking you've been resting, but you actually haven't really been resting because you've just been distracting yourself. If that is you, then you need to get to the stillness and the silence. How are you going to do that? Right? So, what activities am I going to involve myself in that are going to help me to rest? Right? For some of you, rest is sleep, like you are literally so exhausted and you need to catch up on actual sleep. Not just like come home and then distract yourself by watching a series and then you watch 5 episodes and then sleep at 4 a.m. and but you have to get up at 8 and oh my God. No, like actual sleep. Go to bed, rest, sleep. Some of you need to sleep for several days in a row. That's how exhausted you are or burnt out you are. So where are you? Some of you need a vacation, right? Where you need to go away, take some time by yourself to rest. Which are you, right? You know yourself best, you know what's happening with your life. Write it down and write it out, right? And see how you can give that to yourself. Maybe you can't do it immediately. How soon can you do it? Right? Put that out there in your journal. There's something about writing that starts to help to make things come true when you put those words to paper. All right, that's our episode today. I hope that you do take something away from this and come in the comments and let me know actually what is your takeaway from this episode, right? Let me know what stood out for you. What are you going to be working on? And do you need like an accountability partner or support in ensuring that you get more rest and incorporate it into your routine? Ideally, you really just want to have rest as part of your routine, like something that you do maybe every week, so that you don't get to a place where you are so exhausted that your body has to ask you to rest. Yeah? All right. So have yourself a wonderful rest of your Sunday and a beautiful week ahead. Do let me know how this was for you in the comments. I do love to hear from you. And I will see you again next week with a new episode of Creative Soul Sunday. Take care of you.